Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj, Srila Gurudev Ki Jai. Jai Srila Bhakti Rakok Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj, Srila Guru Maharaj Ki Jai. And Jai Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. And their master, Om Vishnupad Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Ki Jai. And to our line, descending line of spiritual masters from Mahaprabhu through Rupa Goswami to the present day, Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Acharya Vrinda Ki Jai and Sri Rupa Nuga Guru Vaga Ki Jai. By these two names we can say. Welcome everybody, and to all of our devotee viewers, listeners, my humble obeisances. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Well, whatever we do in the world, we should be enthusiastic. Nobody likes to be with someone who just does something mechanically, or just does something begrudgingly, or does something because I have to do it. But rather, we all need to have some passion in our life, means some enthusiasm for some purpose which we are engaged in our life. So the Vaishnavas have a very good reason to be enthusiastic. What is that reason? That they have their goal, their ambition on the dignified life of gaining entrance, an entry visa, getting a permission, entry residence visa, what's more, getting permission to come to the land of love, sweetness, beauty and charm. Heaven, if you like, but heaven with God, not a fool's paradise, but the real paradise. Goloka Vrindavan, the whole of the Vedas indicating, showing how Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. God, He has many names, and Krishna is His sweet, sweet name of loving reciprocation with His devotees. And that sweet Lord lives in His domain, as we all have some home, some domain. His domain, His land is that of Goloka, Goloka Vrindavan. And everybody there loves the Lord, serves the Lord through love, participates in everything which makes Him happy, and live happily on the remnants of the Lord. Whatever comes automatically by the Lord's grace, they take that happily, and they don't engage in any activity which is of a business nature. I will do something if I get paid style. So to be enthusiastic for an eternal land of joy and nourishment, to be enthusiastic for such a land, surely is a good topic, is a good theme to have in one's life. So this world, we can be enthusiastic to make a lot of money, to get a lot of fame, to get votes as a politician, to try to influence others and think that we've got the big power to do something. But everything within this world, it is so, so temporary. And so great, all those great politicians, masters, rulers, generals, warriors of the past, all are in the history books, they're not in the present. And as we've been reflecting here today, very much that is that in this world, we are all on a sinking ship with no survivors. Except, who are the survivors? Who are those who are going to have a bright future? Bright, brighter, brightest. Those are the Vaishnavas, the devotees. So, the promised land is the land of dedication to the Lord, and especially the land of dedication with love to the Lord. And the Lord has given us so many indications throughout the Veda, the Bhagavad Gita, through the saints and sages in the ages who've got some revelation, who have seen, who understand the insignificance of this world and the significance of the Lord's land. Then we've got so many indications of how to please the Lord, what we should do with our life, how we should be enthusiastic to make the journey to a higher plane of life, a higher plane of existence. So We have guidance, and here some guidance from Srila Govinda Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj. We always try to wish to present and try to present the teachings, and especially the words, the mood, the feel, the goodwill of Srila Govinda Maharaj, of Srila Sridhar Maharaj, and of Srila Prabhupada to you and to the world. I mean, we want to share their teachings. So here we have a few words from Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj. So Srila Gurudev saying, it is necessary to develop within ourselves the qualities and qualifications for association with sadhus. Sadhus means the spiritual persons. Without humility, we will not receive anything from others. Without tolerance, we will not be benefited by others. And without giving honor to others, we will always be disturbed. If we will try to cultivate these three qualities within ourselves, then quickly proper results will come to us. Whatever spiritual wealth you have, that is your property. And whatever spiritual wealth I have, that is my property. If I want to increase my spiritual property, then I will have to look to you and find what more you have than I. In this way, the tendency to associate with and learn from others will grow within us through the quality of humility. This is the process to get association. If we sincerely practice in this way, we will get proper association with the Lord's servants. By the grace of Sadhu, Guru and Vaishnava, our enthusiasm in spiritual life will increase more and more. They are always giving us hope. They are never making us hopeless. Any situation may come before us, or we may commit any offense, but they are always giving us some hope and some service to the Lord. Our enthusiasm will grow through their association. Association is the best thing for conditioned souls to get more enthusiasm in their practicing life. So just a little bit more, a short paragraph more from Srila Govinda Maharaj. We should not be frustrated. The ego is very bad. Ego destroys so many things, but our ego will go down if we cultivate and increase within ourselves the qualities of humility, tolerance, and giving honor to others. I am seeing that ego destroys our enthusiasm. What can I do? I can only give advice. If anyone will follow it, they must be benefited. Ego is very dangerous for everyone, and to leave ego is very difficult. Hare Krishna. So we've got some pointers there, we've got some direction for ourselves there, some directions of how to increase our enthusiasm, how to be enthusiastic in the first place, and how to increase our enthusiasm. That will be primarily by the association of devotees, being with others who are enthusiastic, being others who have got proper direction, have got experience of the path, who can help us when we may not feel so enthusiastic. And in another place, Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Sridhar Maharaj, he points out that on a long journey, for instance, a long journey to go to reach the peak of a mountain, then we may be very enthusiastic at the beginning, Then when we get close to the peak, then we see the goal is in sight, that peak is in sight. And then we get enthusiasm to reach that goal. But in the middle path, many trials and tests, obstructions, many things may be there. But we must try to cross those. So on a journey in the mountains to the peak of a mountain, there may be snow, rain, wind, floods, landslides, many things. We have this experience in the world of walking in the mountains. But the obstacles need to be crossed, and when we are with others, then we will be able to keep up our spirits on the journey. And if our journey, and our journey should be, to a wonderful place which is eternal and joyful, which is ever nourishing, then when we hear topics of that destination, then while we are on the journey, then any difficulties that we may face, they are quickly subdued by hearing the glories of the land of God, the land of Krishna, Goloka Vrindavan, the land where everybody's helping everybody else to satisfy the Lord, where we are being helped to satisfy the Lord. And with that unity, with all the diverse kind of living entities, that unity of service, of satisfying the Lord, satisfying his devotees who are satisfying the Lord. This chain which is all in the plane and the direction of satisfying the Lord. There in Goloka Vrindavan, every unit, every living entity, every blade of grass, even we are told the soil, is engaged in service to the Lord. So here we are, we're on a journey, we need good association, to tell us how to proceed, what is bad, what is good, but also for our enthusiasm, we must try to keep the association of the sadhus, those who have this same ambition, those who know the reality of the journey back home. This world is such a good reflection, such good artwork in this world to make us think that this world itself is the final reality. Oh, now we've succeeded by getting a better house, getting better living style, reducing suffering caused by other living entities, by the gods, by our own mind and selves. We may be feeling some success and thinking, now I've got a little corner here. But at the next moment, anything can happen. And we have this experience. Somebody can have as much money as they like, but suddenly their mother is ill, their brother is ill, they are ill, suddenly some catastrophe happens, this happens, that happens. So many things happen, and anyhow, through it all, within the next few years, means the next few months. If you still have 40 years to live, it is only 480 months? No. Is it only 480 months? Anyway, it's not very... Yes, it's 480 months. If you have 40 years to live, 4 12s are 48, you have 480 months left. Well, I think you and I know how quickly months run by. Well, it's a good idea to make ourselves a little prepared for that next door that we have to go through. That next door, we must make ourselves properly directed in the proper direction so that we will go onwards and upwards. Upwards means we'll be enthusiastic, not for the upwards of wealth and fame, etc. of this world, but upwards for our journey back home to where, as Srila Guru Maharaj repeatedly emphasizes in different ways, where we will find all home comfort. We will feel entirely at home. No one will need to tell us, oh, here is your home. We will have our birth, our life, our everything in that plane, which doesn't have death, old age, disease, which is always increasing in joy, which is where the living entity which feels its fulfillment. And the fulfillment of feeling is joy and happiness, not misery and struggle and risk and fear, all of these things. So back to home, back to Goloka Vrindavan. And the sincere sadhus, those who are trying for that journey already, they are our great help on the journey. And we will see that especially in Kali Yuga, in this present age, Kali Yuga, the sincere sadhus, the fortunate sadhus are those who are following in the footsteps or in the guidance, under the guidance of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the gift that he has given. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, giving that the very key to the solution of our life is to chant the holy name and to engage in the principally 9 types of devotional service under the guidance of a devotee. So here we are, we're in the material world, but we have very bright prospect. And if we think, okay, not a bright prospect, please read the book Revealed Truth by Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Maharaj. Please read the book Search for Sri Krishna, Reality the Beautiful by Srila Bhakti Rokhok Sridhar Maharaj. Please, read other things. But from these 2 books, we can start from 2 different authors. Then from there, we must surely, we hope, recognize, everybody must recognize the purity, the reality, the necessity of searching for our home, searching for the Lord, searching for our proper relationship and position. We all have some position, some fulfilling place within that world of service. Just as here, everyone has a place in the world of exploitation. There, everyone has a place in the world of service. So by these 2 books, if we can read again as far as possible in the association of devotees, then we must surely come to see that this is worthwhile to do. And we may be weak at the moment, we may have not much conviction or how to get started and how to go on. But if we can come with humility, tolerance, and giving honor to others into the association of devotees, then we will gain some enthusiasm, we will gain faith, we will gain the desire to participate, to make our energy go in the right direction. And by keeping association of the saints with humility, tolerance, and giving honor to others, may our lives be quickly successful. And we will find ourselves wonderfully in a plain, in a land, an eternal land of joy, in service to the Lord and his devotees. So please, chant Hare Krishna, be happy, read Revealed Truth, read Search for Sri Krishna, Reality the Beautiful, chant Hare Krishna, put into practice what you see as good advice is there, and especially the attitude of humility, tolerance, giving honor to others, and coming to make sincere inquiry to the devotees with sincere service. And may each of the fortunate listeners' lives be successful by putting into practice these teachings, this guidance of our divine masters. So with all good wishes, my humble obeisances to all the devotees and my grand jais, glories to our great masters, Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj, Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Rokhok Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj, Om Vishnupad Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, and their grand master, Bhagavan Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivas Adi Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Prabhu Nityananda